Hey guys, I just shot this video one time. I didn't do the function check, so I wasted like 20 minutes of my life. The audio wasn't on. I'm pretty sure it's on now, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. What I have here is a script for an Autotrader. There's a bunch of different things, different pieces that go into it, but this is how much money is used in principal. This is the start time of the simulation and end. So if I start investing in 2017 with 100K with this philosophy by 2020, you'll see the results up here in a minute. This is the index it's based off of. I think my Autotrader is just told to take the SPY S&P 500. I think it's different than the regular one, because the regular one's more conservative. I think the SPY one is like still pretty conservative, but a little bit more risky. Self look back 20. Not 100% sure what that means. Ceiling floor 30 and 10. So that's like I guess 20 is the range, and 30 days and 10 days are like where the range starts and ends for like self-analysis of the portfolio. It stops risk if it drops like, I think this is like 2% in a day. It'll sell whatever it's getting out of S&P 500, and if it has 10% loss in the 20-day range, it'll sell it too. That sounds like a bad strategy, but as long as okay, so stocks inside, I'll explain what stocks are here in a sec, but basically these options, these things I'm buying to make money, they will increase in price, okay? Like they'll become more valuable, and when they start to go down, this is kind of like, I guess, a buck converter for electronics or whatever. Basically, it says, okay, after so much loss, just start dumping stuff, and but try to dump it like without triggering a panic. Maybe I have that set up. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I do. But yeah, it tries to sell it off. I think all at once actually right now. I think I'll have to add something for that. Self schedule. This is part of the scheduling thing, but basically after market open, that's the over the 20 days. It's looking at day 10 in the last 10 days, the last 30 days. It looks at market open data for if it should sell or not. Self plot, data chart, self symbol, self security, self symbol, and all this stuff says, okay, analyze today's price and yesterday's price, and look at the change. And I think that'll come up in a second chart, and then sell based on those values. Compare those values to the range of the 10 and 30 days. A bunch of self look back stuff and some other things. I have to go through and note all this, but I did get it to work. I wrote this a while ago. I think I was hitting like a hiccup with my game development. I was getting a lot of bugs, but I wrote this. It didn't work 100%, and now I got it to work 100%, but I don't remember everything. But I'm putting it down in notes. So this is a pretty good philosophy that I put together to sell only if it starts to trail down. I'd like to be more aggressive with selling. I'd like to be selling when it's like on the uptick. Like the way I have it selling is I'm going to end up selling like sometime around this month. I want it to sell here. So I'm selling up here instead of potentially selling down here. See how that works? If I sold up here, then I wanted to have risk selling down here. If I sold up here, I want risk selling down here. If I sold up here, no risk here. This COVID was an exception. COVID, there was like a whole month where everything stayed the same, then it really plummeted. That's what this is. This is the start of lockdowns, like March or whatever. So yeah, that's January, February, March, something like that. Maybe this is December 1st, February, and then March. So this is towards the end of February, March. So anyway, 3 years ago we invested 100,000. Just pretty much hit up all the blue chips on the S&P 500 SPY, and we get 50% of our money back. So that's pretty good. Usually you get 7% of your money every year that the market's working for you. So I got some notes over here that I'm going to be looking at to explain what a stock is, because it's not like it's not super common information. I know some guys will make it sound like it is, but I remember I was like into all kinds of stuff, futures and legacies and all this other crap, Autotraders, when I was in college, and I don't know what a dividend was. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but like 2 years later, you read a bunch of Benjamin Grant and Stephen Kramer, a guy who wrote The Intelligent Investor and guy who does the Mad Money TV show. You should know pretty much the basics pretty well. I didn't know what a dividend was up until like a year or two after starting to study this stuff. And then someone who was studying finance, they had me in high regards for financial information. They came up and asked me what I think they should read to get them started. And I found like a children's book on how like stocks work and all that stuff. It was a really good book. It was like How to Grow Your Money or something like that. I'll pull it up for you while I'm talking. But I went and read it just to make sure I knew the basics. And I found out I didn't know how dividends work. So growing money. Here we go. I own this book. If you wait right here, I'll probably edit this out. But I own this book. Just give me a sec here. Okay, so this is the book. Growing Your Money, a complete and completely updated investing guide for kids. And it kind of seems like I'm insulting your intelligence to tell you to buy a book that's for kids, right? But it's really handy. It doesn't go over just stocks and bonds and all that stuff. It goes over like starting a business, and I think it goes over real estate and some other stuff. But it's really good for starting out. Like, it's pretty comprehensive. And there's some exercises in there you can do. I wouldn't do them. I would just go jump into research or building an Autotrader or whatever. But it's just good for covering the fundamentals. It should be like a handbook for people getting started. Everyone should just carry it around or something like it.
So yeah, I would definitely read that book to get started, even without all the information I give you here. But today's information is so what is a stock? So stocks are parts of companies you own. There's like two types of stocks. There's common and preferred. Common stock is actual power, like you have actual power over the company. You don't get paid as much consistently, but there's also a chance to cash in on explosive growth as opposed to preferred stock. And if you own enough, you get to call the shots. You kind of like say who's on the board of directors and all that. Preferred stock is shallow ownership. You can't vote when it's time for the stakeholder meeting or whatever it's called, shareholder. And this is when I start Googling stuff. So shareholder, Walmart, I don't know, let's see. But historically, these are the new, there we go, okay. So these are the new parties, okay. Like, sorry, I got excited there. I tried Googling this last time, and it was total trash. Let's find a boring company. Let's say shareholder, Southwest Airlines. They're known for, ladies 80s. They were trying to be kind of, showing that they had pretty, flight attendants and stuff like that. Huh. They kind of dipped me on these other ones. But, yeah. Okay, so you can see from the Walmart one. The Walmart one's pretty famous for it, especially. But most of the shareholder meetings that happen every year, the big ones, the annual one, they're like modern day parties. Like, they have like concerts, they have like really good speakers. Like, they had freaking Obama when he was still president talk at the Walmart one. I think they had Imagine Dragons play. But it's like a real deal. Like, the modern day concerts suck, and so does everything else. Like, it's getting bogged down and it's preachy. But the actual like shareholder meetings, that's where the party's at. It's a lot of fun. And if you are a shareholder, you get to attend the meeting. You just gotta show up. They're not gonna pay for your plane ticket or anything. But if you are like a big time shareholder, like you own 10% of the company or something like that, I think they pay for you to like come down and see them and stuff. So just from a fun perspective, it's worth owning stock. But let's see what else. So it's not lame like everyone thinks finance is. Everyone's getting more heated about it, actually, especially with Tesla hanging around. That was like my favorite thing in college, just like to get in like little arguments with my friends about they like Tesla or they didn't like Tesla. I could have an opposite stance and they'd argue forever and a day about it. There's two ways I'm aware of making money with stocks. Like the first obvious one is just selling stocks. Just wait for the stock value to go up and then sell it. And there's some other stuff that goes with it, like stocks can be divided, like after they reach a high enough value. Like my favorite one to point out with this is Apple. Apple I really don't think has any more room to grow, but it doesn't go down either. So it's pretty common for, I think it's like every 4 years. I have to look it up, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about that. But the Apple stock divides, like, let's say every 4 years. It starts at like $50, gets up to 100 and divides. Now you have two stocks worth $50. Then it'll grow again. Now you have two stocks worth $100, then it divides again. Now you have four stocks worth $50. Keeps doing that. And so you gotta wait until, yeah, you just have to wait until you can make some money. If it's on a downtick or you're like, oh, I might come back up, you don't need to buy into speculation. You just need to say, okay, did I make money? All right, I made money. Let's sell it because I want to or I need to or whatever. And the second way is if you don't sell them, you get dividends, which they pay out 4 times a year, sometimes 8 times, sometimes 2 times. Sometimes they don't pay dividends at all. Tesla's famous for that. They just reinvest in the company to like make better cars or whatever. But dividends. Yeah, you can get paid like $5. I'm trying to remember. I own like a really expensive stock in something. Dollar General. I think Dollar General is like my most expensive stock I own, and they pay you like $5 a dividend. So I get like $20 a year. I might be exaggerating, but they pay a decent dividend. And then, yeah, some others they'll pay like a couple cents. But if you own a bunch of the stocks, like if you own 5 of them or 10 of them or 100 of them, that money starts to add up. And then if you own a bunch of different companies, that can turn into income, can turn into, you know, having to have a job that makes money. There's two ways I'm aware. Stocks are pretty much middle risk at this point in the game. Like a lot of old timers will say no, they're pretty risky. But in this day and age, like cryptocurrency, I'm picking on it in here somewhere. But let's see. Like, if you're uneducated and you're speculative, stocks can come bite you in the butt. If like you read the news and you freak out really bad, stocks probably aren't your best friend. But if you read the news and you're like a contrarian, or you just don't care, you can just slug it off, or you're a lazy investor, you can buy something and forget about it and not touch it for a while, even if you get told about it. You'll probably do good. But they're pretty safe compared to like cryptocurrencies. Someone steals your doggy coin or dodgy coin or whatever the hell it's called. You don't have any customer support to report that to. But stocks are different. There's a bunch of safety nets for them and all that stuff. And yeah, pretty middle of the road. 7% gain year after year for the last like 100 years. Like 2 pandemics and a bunch of other crap. Versus potentially 7% loss. Like I said, there's a few outliers, but they're pretty rare. And if you make educated, unspeculative investments, you'll do good. Gotta do your homework. Stocks can also duplicate. Yeah, I already talked about that. Typically, companies sell stocks to get money. Well, they haven't get loans, they sell ownership, but the company's not allowed ownership, so they pretty much decide what happens in the company. But they don't have to go into debt, and they get to raise capital. They don't want stocks to sell, they want them to be scarce, so that way when they decide to sell them, they can make even more money. Stock certificates are kind of outdated. You don't need a stock certificate for owning a stock, but some people get them because they're kind of like NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Those memes they sell. They call it art or whatever. But this is an example of a stock certificate for Disney. Kind of looks like art. So like, you want to be smart and you want to invest in a kid's future. You don't want to buy like some handy tool that's only going to be good for a couple years, or want something else, like a toy or whatever. But you don't want to look like a tool when you come up and say, hey, I invested. So what you do is you buy a stock certificate, and now they have this nice, cute piece of art. And I don't think they really mean anything, but anymore. But you can sit there and, you know, talk about it. You can be like, look, I own a stock in this company. You can hang this one over your kids, you know, your newborn baby's bed, and be like, yeah, maybe he owns a stock and raised him right already, and he's not even 1 or whatever. Some people, you know, college kid. I bought. Here come the Rees. I bought, and I mean like the freakouts, like the people who scream at me because I bought something that they didn't like and used it for something they didn't like, you know, like internet. Not anything offensive. But so I bought a Tesla stock certificate, and I hang it over a trash can, and that was the joke. Oh, I didn't hang it over, I taped it directly to a trash can, and that was a lot of money just for a trash can label, but I just thought it was a great joke, like, oh, this goes in the Tesla stock bin, something like that. I guess Netflix kind of looks cute. My favorite one was Starbucks. Whoop. I like going one of those. Those look kind of cool. Hershey's looks kind of cool too. I want to get Kodak. I don't think they're doing anything too cool right now. Got a picture of them in there. So yeah, and pretty easy to buy them. You go on eToro. I think E-Trade used to be one. I was busy on E-Trade, but they sold out, and I think they're going to Scottrade now. Maybe they. I remember I was looking earlier today, and they said JP Morgan bought out E-Trade, but is there another one? Oh, Robinhood is the one I use now. Robinhood kind of gets scary because they'll free stuff, but you need to have protections against yourself, and so I don't know how to feel about it. I have to do my research. But when I first heard about it, I was like, what is this? This makes me angry. Like, I need to get out now. But then, like, I looked into it more and I was like, maybe some of the people that are freaking out are kind of being silly. So, eToro, Scottrade, E-Trade, Robinhood, those all make it really easy to buy stocks. If you enroll on some of the newer ones like E-Trade and eToro, you get free stocks right off the bat. I think I can't even remember. I got Sirius XM, I think, for my free stock on Robinhood. So yeah, that's it. That's what a stock is. That's all the information you need, etc., etc. I hope this was insightful, helpful, all that stuff. Maybe you took some notes. Maybe you didn't. If you get the book, you'll be fine. Really, like you don't even have to listen to me. But it's fun to talk about. I want people to talk about it more. They talk about politics all the time now. They talk about food. Never. America's supposed to be super obese. The whole world has a high death toll from obesity. It's like 87% of deaths. Even with COVID, 78% of the people that got COVID were obese, or that died from COVID were obese. And we're not talking about cooking, you know. What kind of juxtaposition is that? And we're talking about politics all day. Let's talk about something interesting. Let's talk about finance, you know. No, it's not as interesting as politics. Well, I don't know. People get pretty heated when you talk about E-Trade. People get pretty heated. Like GameStop, remember? That should be a snooze fest. You should have slept over that. Tons of people freaked on it, kind of went into crypto more. But yeah, this is how my portfolio performed, investing in blue chips off the S&P 500, and this is the daily performance. It should kind of be called monthly, because it's not really by days, it's by month. I guess that was part of the look back and all that stuff I built, but you can see COVID wasn't even that bad, I guess. Cause see, okay, I'll go into that next time, how to read these candle charts, but basically, you really need to worry about these big bars, okay? That's where it finishes, okay? So it started here, and it finished here, okay? And the rest of these little lines is just extra information. That's what could have been, you know? So, yeah, now 49% return, started with 100K, and got $149,000, interest, or not interest, inflation is about 2.45%. Let's see if that's right. It's gonna give me all this stuff, and I just needed, like, this is gonna be a Wikipedia article. Well, whatever, roughly, like, 2.45%, I'd say, okay? If I'm wrong, you're safe, because, like, some of these are, like, 1%, stuff like that. So, what is that? 49% versus 3 years, 2.45% would be 7.35%. So 42% return, kind of. 40% over 3 years when the market makes 7%. That's pretty good. All the indexes report 7% growth on average, like 7.54. So that's pretty good. You'd be at 22.35 is what growth you should get, and you ended up with 40%, so you beat the market by 18%. And this is a pretty crappy Autotrader. This doesn't have a lot of work. It's susceptible to a lot of the issues that you would see with bubbles and all that stuff. So, hope this video finds you well. Thanks for, hope you have a good day, and thanks for checking out on me. See ya. Bye.